Hi, YouTube family. How are you all doing? How are you all doing? Hope you are doing great. Hope you are doing great. Yes. Welcome. This is Victorious Mirabel. If you're seeing my face for the first time, my name is Victorious Mirabel. I film on my faith, fashion, lifestyle, finances, just helping us all grow and become all that which God has called us to be. Yes, living our best life. That's it. So today I'm gonna be sharing some financial tips. Yep, we are going to be sharing some hey, money matters. Yeah, are you one of those people who overspend during the festive period? It's the beginning of the year, and I know some of us were just swiping our cards in the Christmas period, just swiping credit card, swipe, debit card, swipe. You were just swiping your card. So it's time now. Remember, every action has a consequences. So it's time now to face reality. Are you looking at your January 2022 budget and the things you need, and it just feels overwhelming because you have fallen short, or you are falling short of your finances? You are in a place where some people always say that January is the hardest month. I always say it, that is because we don't plan, we are not intentional, we don't take care of our finances, we overspend. Somebody said, one financial advisor, that Christmas is not an emergency. A lot of people panic too much when it's Christmas. We spend, in Africa they say you eat Christmas and forget Sunday, which means you spend so much for this festive period, you forget that you have a whole life, another 12 months ahead of you to deal with when it comes to finances. Yes, so I'm going to be sharing today 9 simple things that you can do to make up for your overspending during festive period or during Christmas. Some simple things that you can do. It will take discipline and intentionality, so that in the month of end of January or the beginning of February, you are in a better financial space. Do you get? So the first thing I want to talk about is checking your fridge, checking your house, looking at those things we bought. We all know Christmas is a rush period. We buy things that we don't need, or you buy something that probably you need just one quarter of that thing, but you bought the whole bag and it's still lying in your kitchen. There's a lot of leftover, half tuna, half chicken, half turkey, half like a lot of things in your fridge that you bought at Christmas, but you did not use all, and now you don't even know what to do. So go back into your fridge, go back into your pantry, go back into your kitchen, and just check, what do you have? Sometimes decluster, bring out everything, do a cleanup, bring out everything, and actually see what you have, and you meal plan around those things. You're going to be surprised how much that is going to reduce, or that, yeah, how much that is going to reduce on your grocery expenditure for this month. Try that and let me know in the comment section. The second thing I want to talk about is buying generic food items or items in the store. When we go to the store, Walmart, Superstore, there are always no name brands which are called generic, and there are always brand names. Most often we go for the brand names, but trust me, there are a lot of categories of food stuff and things that we use every day which are no-name brands that are of the same value as the branded things, but are less cheaper than the branded, the name brand items. So go for those things, look at them. Go for those things. Superstore has a lot of no-name brand which are very valuable. They are almost the same quality as the brand name. Remember, most businesses that are branded, they pay for brand name, and when they pay for that brand name, they include that payment that they pay to the government and to the taxation system. They include it in the cost of your products, which makes your product sometimes a little bit more expensive than the no-name brand. You want to launch into business and you want your business to be under a brand, you have to pay that brand for the name, for using your name. So the name of a brand is expensive on its own, and that expense is not incurred by the producer. They transfer it indirectly to the consumer, because we the consumers, we have to pay. The producers have to make profits. So check generic product. The third thing I want to mention is do the one thing in and one thing out rule. What's the one thing in and one thing out? The one thing in rule says that before you buy something, make sure you remove something from your closet, from your kitchen, from your house before you buy something. When you do this, it helps you know what you have and helps you know what you need. Sometimes we buy things that we already have in our closet, but because we cannot remember, we have a lot, we don't take one out before we buy the next one. We spend on things that we don't need because we already have them. So the fourth thing I want to talk about is maybe for this period, stop every takeout. Take out meals. Stop ordering food. Yes, statistics shows that takeout food are 5 times more expensive than homemade food. Which means if you had to buy a burger from McDonald's, for you to be full, you probably spend like $25. But if you made that burger on your own, you probably cost you maybe like $5. So takeout food are very expensive. You're already running low on budget. You want to cut takeout. If you have to do takeout, I shared a video on budgeting and I put there takeout. Set a budget for takeout every month. Say $25 and make sure that you stick with that $25. You are not going overboard that $25 so that you are limited. You still do takeout, but you are restricted within a budget. If you can avoid it, good and fine. If you cannot avoid it, set a very minimal budget for takeout. That is going to help you a lot. So the first thing I want to talk about is look at your Amazon spending. I know most of us, we shop on Amazon, which is okay, but look at your Amazon spending. Draw a budget. The things you need from Amazon, put them in a list or in a card on your Amazon website or whatever you use for Amazon. By the time you put those things in the card, once those things are 5, 6, 7, and then you get the total, sometimes the total will reset your brain to go back through the things and see if you really need those things. Have you ever been in that show? I have been there. Sometimes when I pick up items online, it's $5, it's $2. The single amount, the amount for the items might look very minimal, but when you put them together, it gives you a big amount and you begin to wonder like, what have I put in this card that is giving me $200 or $300? It makes you go back into the card to look at the things that you have picked up. And then automatically your brain is going to ask you, do I really need these? Do I want this? And you see yourself start taking them out. But when you buy singly, when you buy one item, you don't really see the effect it has on your finances. You don't really see how bulky. You don't have the opportunity to be able to recheck your cart and see if you really need those things. And secondly, if you buy things on Amazon, single items, the shipping cost is great. But if you buy in bulk, you put everything you need after you have budgeted and you feel like the things on your budget, the things you need for your household, they are Amazon, they are cheap on Amazon. If you put them together, then you pay one shipping cost for that one order, which saves you a lot. So the next thing I want to talk about is the 24-hour rule. What's the 24-hour rule? The 24-hour rule states that when you go online to shop and you put the things in the cart and wait for 24 hours, this helps to cut off impulsive buying. Yes, sometimes we are so emotional, we just feel like, oh, shopping, going online on website is going to help, and because of the impulse and the emotion, we start buying things that we did not budget for, we don't need. But if you put those things in a card, in the space of 24 hours, your emotions might have calmed down, you might be in a better state of mind, that you make a conscious decision if you actually need those things, not impulsive decisions, and which is going to help you cut down impulsive buying and save you some coins. The next thing I want to talk about is declustering. Decluster. Have you ever bought something you know deep within you that you have, but you don't know where it is? Yes, when you decluster, you arrange, you have your things in place, and then you can easily cut out on buying things you already have. The second way a declustering is going to help you is that when you decluster, you find out things that you have that you can use for a lot of projects, a lot of things that will save you money rather than going out to buy things. So you find already have things that you can use, maybe to cook or to carry out a project with your children, or to use for that work project you have that you were thinking of going out to buy something, but you just discover you already had something that you could subsidize or that you could improvise to use. The next thing I want to talk about, this is big, and this is something I plan on doing in February, is challenging yourself, having a no spend month challenge. Yes, what is a no spending month challenge? A no spending month challenge is a challenge you take upon yourself that, oh, apart from my basic necessities like rent, gas, internet bills, like the basic necessity, I'm not going to spend on any other thing. Yes, you remember those everyday run into the store, quick buys we make. You challenge yourself that I'm just going to spend on my basic I insist, necessities, and you cut off spending on any other thing. Some people go as far as even cutting off self-care. It depends on how bad your financial situation is or how bad you want to catch up with your overspending last month or during a festive period. So you can go in for a whole month no spending challenge. That's what I'm going to do in February. I'm going to make sure you have food in your house, you have money for your rent, but you know those small things, coffee, you just see something you want to buy, like all those small minglities, you make sure that you don't spend on them. Spend on necessities and avoid anything which is not a basic necessity in your life for a whole month. You'll be surprised. The first thing this does is that it shows you how bad your spending habit is. It just shows you, especially when you keep track of your spending, it shows you the unnecessary things you spend your money on, the things you feel like you cannot do without, that you actually can do without. The second thing, it breaks habit. Like every other habit, the more you keep doing it, the more you want to do more. But when you stop spending, then it's going to reset your habit, and you'll find out that after the month, the things you used to go to the store, maybe not, or some things that you were already getting addicted to, you could not pass by without buying. You can actually walk past them smiling without buying them or without putting them in your card. Yes, so it's a habit. Remember, they always say if you do something for 21 days, it becomes a habit. So if you go on a challenge of one full month, no spending on things which are not necessary, it builds or it cultivates a good spending habit. So the last thing I want to mention is track your expenditure. When you track your expenditure, it's going to help you stay focused. It's going to help you see those little things we spend on, like everyday coffee, everyday McDonald's or Tim Hortons breakfast. You feel like it's just $5. It's going to make you see it on a larger scale. And by so doing, it will motivate you to get back on some of those things, thereby helping you save more. So this is all I have for this video. If you have any other point on how you can save daily, simple tips that you can save daily, please don't hesitate to leave in the comment section. I love you all. Thanks for being with me. If you haven't subscribed, if you haven't shared, if you haven't left a beautiful comment, please do so on your way out. If you have watched up to this point, I love you all. Remember, God loves you unconditionally. See you in my next video, and remain blessed.